The phone rang 22 times in 1 hour. I know because my daughter counted. She thought it was a game. I was 300 miles from home, sitting on a beach blanket on Tybee Island, watching my son dig a hole to China with a plastic shovel. My mother was calling from a resort parking lot in Hilton Head. My sister was next to her, screaming at a clerk who couldn't give them a room they hadn't paid for. But I didn't know that yet. All I knew was the ocean, the sand under my feet, and the fact that for the first time in 4 years, I'd chosen my kids over my family's expectations. But that phone call, and the 21 that followed, those were just the end. Let me tell you how we got here. Welcome back to Calm Drama Stories. I'm Teresa, 33, a bookkeeper in a small town outside Atlanta. This is the story of how my sister convinced my mother to cut me and my kids from the family vacation, and what happened when they tried to pay for it with money that was already gone. I worked at Dr. Calloway's veterinary clinic. I reconciled invoices, balanced payroll, and tracked inventory. I was good at it. Numbers don't lie. Don't borrow money. And don't guilt trip you at Thanksgiving. My apartment was 12 minutes from the clinic. Lily was 8, Jake was 5. Their father left when Jake was 6 months old. The less said about that, the better. In my family, being good with money wasn't a skill. It was a target. People don't resent you for being broke. They resent you for being careful. 4 years ago, my father sat in a hospital bed. He pulled me aside and said, "Teresa, I need you to handle things." He didn't trust my sister, Denise, with a checkbook. When Dad died, his life insurance paid $85,000. I followed his instructions. I paid off medical debt and repaired my mother's house. The remaining balance, $23,600, I put into a savings account in Mom's name as an emergency fund. I set up a $300 monthly transfer from my check to hers to cover her utilities. Denise contributed nothing. She used the grandkids as currency, threatening to keep them away from Mom if she invited me over on weekends. Every summer, the family went to the beach. When Dad died, the tradition should have died with him, but I kept it going. I booked the rooms, I packed the car, and I paid. Last summer, Denise only Venmo'd me $400, 2 months late. This summer, Denise and her ex-husband Kyle had a different plan. Kyle whispered to Denise, "Teresa's been sitting on Dad's money for years. Book the trip, use her card. She owes this family." Denise hesitated for 3 seconds, then agreed. I didn't know it yet, but my name was on their receipt. At Madison's 10th birthday party, Denise pulled me into the kitchen. "We've decided to go to Hilton Head this year. Me, Mom, and the kids," she said. "Your kids are coming." I looked past her and saw Mom holding my debit card, the emergency card I'd left with her for groceries. I nodded once, said, "Keep it," and left with my kids. That night, I opened my banking app. I saw the unauthorized withdrawals. The next morning, I opened a new account at a different credit union and transferred everything. My old account sat there with $12 in it. 3 days before their check-in, the resort tried to charge the remaining $2,400 to my card. It declined. Denise and Mom panicked. They called me 22 times. I didn't answer. I was in the Atlantic Ocean, holding my son's hand while he looked for dolphins. That was more important than anything happening in a parking lot 200 miles north. When I finally got back, I had a conversation with my mother. I told her, "I love you, but my finances are mine. No shared accounts, no emergency access." Denise didn't speak to me for weeks. If someone needs your bank card to keep you in the family, you were never in the family. You were funding it. I moved my money to move on. I gave my children the beach trip they deserved, and for the first time, I felt free. Dad told me, "Don't let anyone turn your kindness into a key to your wallet.